So sometimes on this channel, on the Technically T channel, I have to kind of check myself. And sometimes I gotta make a video when I was necessarily wrong about a case, because I start using the case a little bit more and I really start to like it. And this is the case when it comes to the Nomad Rugged case. Because if you don't know, if you don't remember, I do my top 10 cases video every year. I do 2 or 3 of them because my rank changes throughout the year. But then I do a not so top 10. You know how Sports Center does. Top 10, not so top 10. Cases that are good. I call them the best honorable mention cases. And this is a case that was in the best honorable mention. And I said in that video, man, this case was right on the outside looking in. But as I started to use some of those cases that was on that top 10 list, and then I started to use the #1 pick of the night. This is like the first pick of the second round, all right? I really started to use the Nomad Rugged case a little bit more, and I really started to fall in love with this case. Now, I always knew it was a solid case. This is going to be a new offering from Nomad. If you know Nomad, they knock it out of the park when it comes to their leather cases. I mean, this is the sport band that's basically my go-to watch band when it comes to my Apple Watch Ultra. So the Rugged was a bit of a different stretch for them, but they did an amazing job with it. So I had to make this video to tell you I was wrong when it comes to the Nomad Rugged case. Now, the first thing about it, let's go ahead and snap it off the case. This case right here has a very soft lining on the inside. You're going to get your Nomad branding. This is when I say beefy, don't think this is a beefy, super thick case. Now, it does add a little bit of bulkiness to it. It's probably right at the verge of the bulkiness where I feel like will be too bulky for a daily case for me, all right? I like to have a little bit of protection on my phone. I give my son my phone sometimes when we're out and about. So therefore, if he drops it, I need to make sure that it's protected. And I went back because I tend to circle back around and start to use all of my cases over again. And I slapped this Nomad Rugged case on and I was like, T, you made a mistake, man. You really made a mistake not including this in the top 10. Now, what I like about it is that it's a very tight fitting case, all right? I'm a fan of cases that fit tight, are made of durable materials that's not going to stretch and warp over time. And that's exactly what this Nomad Rugged case has. I mean, it barely gives anywhere. Even on the top and the bottom, you basically have no give. Check when it comes to the fit. Buttons. Y'all can hear that. Very nice and tactile, volume up and down. The power button has a little bit of a texture to it, which I love about it. Very nice and tactile. Check when it comes to the buttons, all right? MagSafe. You know, every case have MagSafe. We good to go with the MagSafe strength. Now, the MagSafe strength could be a little bit stronger. I'm not going to lie. I did wish it was a little bit stronger, but it works. It works just fine on all of my chargers. It works just fine on my MagSafe car mount. It works fine everywhere I put it. So I don't really have to complain about that, man. So love the MagSafe. Love the fit. Once again, right on the verge of being a little bit not too thick, but it's like perfect. It's like the perfect size to where I can daily this and don't feel like I have some type of construction case on my phone. So that's the reason that I like this. Now, things that I wish they would improve, no matter if you're looking at this. I might do a video starting talking about cases and things that I wish they could improve on them. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see that down below. This material on the back, you can really get a whole bunch of smudges up there. Now, I don't really care about that because I'm home most of the time. I always got one of these around and I just hit this and kind of keep it moving. But the back will show a bunch of smudges and grime over time from using it. I don't really care, man. You use your phone with your hands. Your hands have all types of stuff on it. Therefore, it's going to transfer to the phone. I'm not really beefing over that. But one thing that I want to say that I feel like could be improved is the lip protection on the front, all right? Nomad, if you're calling this a rugged case, I'm going to need a little bit more lip protection on the front than what's offered already by the Rugged case. Not saying a bunch, but you need at least just raise the 4 corners a little bit to just give me a little bit more protection. Everything else, I feel like I am confident if I drop this that it will be protected, but just the corners and stuff, I wish you can just raise it up just a little bit like you did the rear. The rear has 4 corners, and when you sit it down, this is going to be a rare occasion when it comes to cases. You don't have any rock when it comes to this case when you're sitting it flat down if that's something that you care about. So would like to see a little bit more protection on this top just to give me that extra peace of mind when we're talking about a rugged case, all right? This case is going to be 50 bucks over on Nomad, kind of standard protocol when it comes to Nomad products because you do have to pay because you are paying for quality. But I love this thing. I've probably been using this on my phone now for a few weeks. And man, I'm just loving it. I mean, the feel of it, just holding it, these sides, sure, you don't have a lot of grip, but they're a little bit of concave. They go in a little bit. And with that, I feel like it does help when you are talking about gripping it. And I have just been loving Loving this case. I switched between this one and the Ultra Orange, and they also have a green one. I think I gave that away to somebody on my channel. They have the Ultra Orange, of course, Nomad's limited edition. It is on back order right now. I'm not sure if it's going to come back in stock. Nomad, just bring all of your limited edition colors in stock. Everybody will benefit from that. But the Nomad Rugged case, I had to come back up here and tell y'all, man, I was wrong about this case. This isn't a video just so I can get the clicks. Somebody, y'all might not even watch the video like that, but as I start to use cases, and I feel like if I've downed that case in the past, and I start to use it a little bit more, I tend to find myself really liking the case, and therefore I hit you with these update videos. So this was in my not top 10, my honorable mention when it comes to the best cases for the 14 Pro Max. But coming up in a couple weeks, I will be doing an all new top 10 cases for the 14 Pro Max because things have shifted, all right? Things have, the rankings have moved up, some have moved down. So just get ready to see this Nomad Rugged case. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. This might come from the not top 10 over to the top 5. If you want to see the full review of the Nomad Rugged the first time I did it, loved it, but I had a few complaints with it. I'll pop that video above.